Hey folks, so here's, I've been studying for the last couple of years like the ancient Egyptian Book of Two Ways, which is this coffin map text thing, painted inside Middle Kingdom coffins of ancient Egyptian, mostly or largely it's the nobility of the like the gnome lords of the Hare gnome. So, city of Nechen, or not Nechen, it's like Hermopolis. So I forget what the Egyptian name for it is. Anyway, Deir el-Barsha Cemetery. They have like a bunch of these different coffins with these ancient maps in them. So, up top it has, or top, I flipped it to be more like recognizable. It was actually oriented with, at least by the text, with west being up. But, this is a later Arabic map, so similar coloring. It was interesting that they used the same sort of color scheme for Greenland. And, so anyway, this is what I've been mostly focusing on, and is these maps of America from ancient Egypt. And, the different gatekeepers, like it has here a rabbit, which is it seems to be Newfoundland, which is shaped like, Newfoundland, shaped like a rabbit. And there's like a long, skinny kind of gatekeeper here, which seems to be Cuba, and then a kind of squatter one next to it, which seems to be Hispaniola. And up here is like the Alaskan Peninsula as a gatekeeper, and Baja California, which is mostly faded because it was a light colored one right here, and then Baffin Island here, and I think the Falklands down here. So anyway, like this taught me like the basic system of it, but they also include maps of Afro-Eurasia. So this is a later version, like this version is B1C. So this one is B5C, so it's a later version. This is a reconstruction of it to make it more visible, I guess. But this is from Leonard Lesko's book about this, where he translates it and interprets it. So I'm going to use his, like I basically identified all these gatekeepers in Afro-Eurasia as, like Kamchatka Peninsula and Siberia, and then the Kuril Islands that are next to it there, and then this rabbit thing is like the Japanese archipelago, and this other three birds are Korea, and this tail is the Malay Peninsula. So it's like I've figured out basically what all these things are. So now I'm just going to show what spells are like addressed to each one, or which what the text is associated with each one. So I'll start with 1132 is the text for Kamchatka and the nearby Kuril Islands. So let's see, not this one. The gate of flaming front hidden back, in which there is a man who is bound. It is in the firmament with the sun for a duration. So this may relate to similar language in the northern sections of the American side of the map, that there's the gateway of fire, and then right next to a gateway of darkness. And the firmament with the sun, like I think somehow that area was associated with the sunrise and the sunset. Somehow the north was associated with that in the schemes of these symbolic, maps. So it is in the firmament with the sun for a duration. I am noon, Lord of darkness. I have come that I may. So noon, I think, is basically the ocean. I have come that I may have power over the way, and that his faces may be afraid of me. I am the one who is heavy for you on your two shoulders, who, there's ellipsis, part is missing. For you, the two shoulders. When I said that you reached the Father, I have come here from Heliopolis, just like Cairo, basically, that I may be crowned with the Mighty One, that I may see the bull of Heliopolis in their form, that I may see water and darkness. Say to them, I know them by their pictures. I saw their mother's delivery. May I draw for you among them the name of the person whose coffin this is, Bull of Heliopolis, that they may illumine me inside. So this might be referring to these gatekeepers themselves, that I know them by their pictures. I saw their mother's delivery, something about memorizing these gatekeepers. And then in between Siberia and Japan is this one. I show this way on which I pass. I am Usernin, Lord of Secrets. I am mightiest of all Chenut gods. I am the squalor of the lungs. As for Shu, he passes by the something on the sledge. Mine is my father. Okay, I screwed up on that one, I guess. Yeah. All right, but then the next one is for Japan and the Sakhalin Island and the nearby Kuril Islands. So, like, the first one is basically for Kamchatka Peninsula, this whole thing, and then the nearby Kuril Islands, like here. And then the Japan one is for these Kuril Islands, and then Sakhalin Island of Russia, and then Hokkaido, and Honshu, and Shikoku, and Kyushu. And, so the tail is the Kuril Islands, and the legs are Sakhalin, and the pelvis is Hokkaido, and the torso is Honshu, and the face is Kyushu, and the ears are Shikoku. So, and then here is Korea nearby, the Korean peninsula. All right, so this is for Japan and Sakhalin and the nearby Kurils. And it seems to be oriented in a way like as if you're sailing from the south, because it says, open to me that I may sleep. And it seems like, well, I guess it could be from either side, but certainly it does seem to open to the sailor more from the southern end than from the northern end. And then the sea, the protagonist was identified with Noon, the sea god, so that I may sleep may refer to the the tranquility of the Sea of Japan in contrast to the open Pacific on the east side of Japan. So, open to me and then I shall sleep. Open to me and I shall be protected from them. So that may be storms, basically. It is a perfect spirit who guards the gate of the mansion of numerous faces. And it says here that numerous faces could also be the name of the perfect spirit used in apposition. With many faces. So it could be the perfect spirit with many faces. So that would make sense, since spirit is likely translated from the word ach, which ach tends to refer to guardian, gatekeeper spirits like this, like peninsulas and islands. And Japan is the perfect guardian because it creates such a big, like, tranquil area in terms of the Sea of Japan, you know, for such a long distance, you know, latitudinally. And you know, there's so many different straits between all the different islands, and so it's a very perfect kind of the way Greece is, including Thrace. So anyway, open to me and I shall be protected from them. It is a perfect spirit who guards the gate of the mansion of numerous faces. So that makes sense that it would be called numerous faces, because there's all the different islands, the main islands of Japan, and then not even getting down to the small Kuril islands in the tail. And it's one of the main gatekeepers that includes numerous islands in itself. I have come after I traveled the waters. I moved about until you called, and I passed by the shoulders of Osiris. So this is something that also suggests to me that they're sailing northeast, because I think Osiris is Afro-Eurasia, and so his shoulders would be some part of Afro-Eurasia. He knows that mine are those who are in the gates, their guardians. So these are these peninsulas and islands. Wow, okay. He knows that mine are these who are in the gates, their guardians. I am a lord of traveling, who was not opposed afterward. I went after my face not having been around you, like Atjen and the two companions. Mine is traveling here. He causes that I be a mummy, like the one who raises himself. So that might be Osiris or Re. I am more excellent than the Lord of places when I see that he makes them in their form. I have come here from depth that I may see the growing plant, that I may see it in my day. The mansions being long to his face. My head will be mine, my arms will be mine, and my legs will be mine. I am wrapped up who is in depth which is on him having become him. I am he. I am wrapped up who is in darkness. All right. So that's all stuff to, like, say to Japan, or maybe to memorize things about Japan, the Japanese archipelago, by reciting that. I mean, in the original Egyptian, it would have rhymed, and there might have been musical accompaniment. All right, so 35 is Korea and Leizhou Peninsula and Hainan Island, China, and this gateway may represent China itself, like the general Chinese mainland. this part here. So the souls of Nechen, the Caesars, the keepers of his limbs in rage, they protect contrary face. Flame, flame, hail to you who seize his lands for him, O keepers of limbs in rage. I am the Nechenite who has borne your snakes. So Dep, that was mentioned earlier, I think, is supposed to be a city in the Nile Delta, and Nechen is supposed to be the ancient name of Hierakonpolis, where the oldest of these type of maps came from. I am the Nechenite who has borne your snakes. I am the torch which is in you. May I pass with Shu in noon. I am the one who satisfied his heart after the mistress. I am the one who will restore the sky to order. I am the one who will have power over darkness. More mighty is the striking force of God than that of the mighty one. Mine are those who are possessors of requirements. I am his protection in darkness, the terrible one, who went forth from his eye. I have come here from Abydos, after I found his water, that the snakes may go down to their holes in a boat. He goes down applauding the state of affairs before Nech and their shoulders. I am foremost of Abydos when he has bound his horn in fighting. Mine is the clean way. So Abydos is also in Egypt. It's like Abydos. Not sure if that's the one that's next to Luxor or where exactly that is. I forget. So that's to China and Korea, seemingly. 1136 goes to Southeast Asia, basically. 1136 is here's mainland Southeast Asia, and then this is the Malay Peninsula, southern Thailand, southern Myanmar, Phuket, Thailand, and Malaysia and Singapore here on the end. And then they're right across from Sumatra here, which is right next to Java. So, they're all down here. So, accompanying text says, Flame, flame, the abode, sealed chamber of mighty face, I have come by the north winds. Mine is the place of Shu. So come by the north winds could suggest that they were coming west, but really, either way, you come by the north winds, because basically if you're sailing around the Malay Peninsula, you have to go the same way whether you're coming from Siberia or whether you're coming from India. Both ways you have to sail south to go around Singapore. Flame, flame, the abode, sealed chamber of mighty face. I have come by the north winds. Mine is the place of Shu, with which noon was full in the midst of Dendera. Mine is authoritative utterance, who speaks in darkness, rich in hours. Open the way that I may pass to you thereby, by saying my name. I have come here from Sepa. I have seen that which was in it. I am the one who saw and beheld. I encountered the dome palm. I have made Sepa secret. I have aided you as a youth. What I said to you there is an enduring image. I am the one who carved the north winds of Sepa. I am the horizon which they experienced. My way is clean. So it's hard to completely decipher what that means, but be that as it may. 1137 is for Indonesia. So Sumatra, which is just almost touching Singapore, and then Java, which is almost touching Sumatra. Attacker, I am the powerful one who robbed the bowed down one, the powerful one who is in darkness, and who has not allowed that you be powerful over him among those who make every reproach and those who are in the neck of those who are from the protector who is in darkness. I have come here from Babylon and this Babylon apparently might refer actually to some place in Egypt. I don't know why they translate it as Babylon, but who knows? Anyway, that's... I have come here from Babylon after I found the sealed box which was stretched out in front of it. It is the one which goes down who testifies to me concerning the way on which I passed the Spirit and those who are in the midst of noon, the sea. I am the one who protects the middle traps. So the middle traps would be these like gatekeepers, these peninsulas and islands that trap sailors on noon. Cross the place, mine is light. So this place maybe is called Cross the Place. This is a very important strait, one of the most important straits in the world is because it's such a narrow one between Singapore and Indonesia. 1138 is Sri Lanka. So this gate hall seems to be India, just the same way this gate hall is mainland Southeast Asia. And then this is Sri Lanka, and then the couple little islands between Sri Lanka and India. And so that's right here. So there's Sri Lanka, and then there's some little islands between it and India. And so the text going to that is the sledge of Ray, flame, flame. I have come that I may be mighty together with you. It is this aggressor who reassembled contrary face after Seth, who made the dark eye passed by, I'm guessing. Or Seth after, yeah. I am the destroyer with the Lord of robbing accompanying me. I am the one who passes and who opens darkness. Flame is that which is not powerful over him as over another during the night. Mine is the cherub goose. I have opened darkness. Okay. Kind of esoteric. Then 1139 is an unknown one, which I'm guessing is Iran and or Mesopotamia. The one who is on the high walls, I die in its vicinity. So the high walls could be like the Zagros mountains or something. Flame, flame, the mouths of their snakes protect it. Reveal their names, you two comrades who are on his high wall. Make a clean way for me, O Lord of everlastingness, who is in Ma'at. Broad is the way which does not embrace snakes. May darkness cease and light come to be. Mine is traveling. I have come here from this pure land, O Hapi. That means the Nile. I found a plant there which was green. It was small, but it grew. I recreated it when I breathed. It is I whom he placed in his vicinity. I am the one who cuts off the fetters, opener of mouth in darkness. My nail, the one without his mother, is opener of mouth. May I be mighty with my horn and your nail. Okay, also pretty esoteric. 1140 is Sicily and all these other islands of the Mediterranean, like Majorca and Sardinia and Corsica, Crete and Cyprus. So yeah, that's 1140. He is in the midst of darkness. It is his horn with which gives darkness, illness, and death. This is what is in that which is upon it at the great flaming doors. Opener of mouth and darkness is his name. O Re Atum Nun, old fiery ones, I am the powerful one who went forth from the vultures in the daytime. My head is Rager, whose something, I don't know, have been cut off in darkness. The slayer is your arm that he may oppose as God. The slayer is your arm that he may oppose as God. It is I whom... No, the slayer is your arm according as it cuts off the head of the one who comes that he may oppose as God. It is I whom the goddess, the mistress, has borne. It is MST who purifies me when the hand of the destroyer of my power rages. Okay. Not, so maybe Rager is like Sicily. 1141 is between that and Greece. It says, I am the one whom the fire illumines. I am the one who breaks the fetters and who shoots at underlings. O sailors, beware of me. I am the one who cuts off the middle rays from upon him. I am the one who repels her, who gives her to the earth gods who are in the lake. So the lake, I think, is the Mediterranean. And to Geb, your protector, the earth. On your face, do not examine his character. Okay. And so there's 1142, which is for Greece. She whose name was presented in the midst of her fire. They, the miserable ones, guard his house and her fire. Beware, O earth gods of the boat. Stand, protect. Re Atum Nun, Old One, Shu, Iku, Nemu, and Hetep. The woman has opposed the sick one. They whose names were presented made her walls. I am the one whom Re built, whom Shu built. Ma'at belongs to this god who is in the midst of flame, who has not placed the just ones in himself, with another command which went forth from his mouth on the day of protecting. His soul, which you have commanded, has protected me. He has driven off from these your wounds, while the underlings are worms upon you. I am Ma'at, who is in the nail. If you come opposing me, then the terrible one will be expelled from the earth god, and the sharp one from the aggressor, until I retreat, going and coming. Alright, so I think that's talking about all the little like peninsulas and stuff that block things there. And then 43 is Almina, the southern pillar of Hercules. Repel the terrible ones from the earth gods. Protect the great one. Part the two warriors in 603 storms. So that's probably Seth then, like... and there are 600 in the breadth of this guardian. Shu Nun Atum